Hi everyone, I am here to show you how to replace the adhesive that comes standard with the Libre 14-day sensor. I did use the 10-day, I never had a problem, but as soon as I turned over to the 14-day, I started having a bad reaction within a day to the adhesive that's on there. So I watched a video, it was in French. It was easy to follow. I don't speak French, but it was easy to follow when I figured it out. I would like to put out there an English version of this so people can see how easy it is to do this. It has made a world of difference for me. I no longer get a rash, and it stays on for the full 14 days. So I highly recommend if you're having rashes and nothing else works, as a last resort, this would probably be something that you can do. I'm sure other people would agree with me that this has been a lifesaver for managing my diabetes. And let's just get into it, okay? So here are the things that I have. I have my Libre sensor here, as you can see. It's still intact. Glue gun. I find this very helpful to get the remaining adhesive off. If you don't get it all off, you're going to still have a reaction, so I'm going to show you how to use glue gun. I've heard people use other things as well, sometimes just an alcohol swab to get as much as you can off. I do have alcohol swabs here, a paper towel, some Q-tips or cotton swabs. I have medical grade double-sided fashion tape. I'm sure there's other things you can use for the sensor, but this is what I use and it seems to work. And then I have a flex patch, which I use to, when it's all done, stick it on my arm, and also skin tack wipes. These are very, very helpful to have. I would recommend that if you do this, definitely get some skin tack wipes. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna take it out of the unit. So I want you to be very aware of how this sits in the unit, because this is very, very important. Okay, so what you'll notice here is you have your, and there's only one on the sensor where it has this deep groove. I want you to look at the groove in relationship to how this is sitting in there. It's very, very important that you put this in the exact same way that it came in. And forgive me, I'm not a YouTuber or very good at videos, so this is kind of not the greatest, but it'll help you out. So see how it sits in there, make sure you make note of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tweezers here, and I'm just gonna kind of work the adhesive up and pull the sensor out like that, okay? So if you notice, I have the sensor out and there's the adhesive. What I do is I slowly start to peel it off, and it comes off relatively easy. It's not that hard, okay? And let's get rid of that because it's not good and it kills me. So if you feel on here, you'll notice that there's still kind of some tackiness on there. It's really important that you have this triangle in here, that you make sure you don't, try not to get too much stuff in there. I don't know if it would affect the disc or not, but I'm always cautious of it. So again, it's still very sticky on the side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this down real quick, and I'm gonna get some of my glue gun, and I'm gonna put some of that on my Q-tip, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use it to get some of that adhesive off. So I just kind of wipe it around, get in the little nooks and crannies that they have there, and keep on going. Okay? And just make sure, like I said, be careful of the little triangle thing and try not to get too much stuff in there. Okay? All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my paper towel and I'm gonna wipe it down. Okay? Make sure I get all of that off. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feel if there's any more tackiness on there. And there is a little bit more on there, so I'm gonna keep on wiping it to get it all off. It likes to go to the sides too, so I tend to do the sides as well. Okay, keep on going, get it all off. And this is really a great fix for the adhesive burning if you have it. I will warn you though, if you call Abbott and tell them you're doing this, they will not replace your sensor. So obviously they're not going to support it. And I know lots of people that have called and complained about the adhesive not working that great and burning, and they basically tell you to go talk to your doctor. So not really helpful. All right, so we're gonna do another swipe to see. All right. Yep, I think I got it all off. And like I said, make sure you get it all off because even a little bit will cause burning on some people. So once that's done, I'm gonna take one of my alcohol wipes and I am gonna give it a nice wipe down because the Goo Gone can be a little bit oily. Well, I shouldn't say a little bit, it is oily. So we're gonna give the sensor a nice wipe down to get all of the Goo Gone off and make sure it's nice, no oils on it. It'll help stick better if you do that, okay? So we're gonna let that dry for a little bit. And while we're doing that, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next. So next what I do is I have this medical grade fashion tape. I bought it off of Amazon. I'm sure there's other things you can use, but this is what works best for me. Do I think it makes a huge difference in keeping it on 14 days? Probably not. I think what really helps keep it on for the 14 days is the skin tack wipes and then a patch on top of it. But I like to do this just in case, you know, it can't hurt. So what I do is I take the sensor, and again, notice you've got your little triangle there. I'll put it up closer, sorry. So you got your little triangle there. What I do is I'm gonna take some of this fashion tape and I'm gonna cut it, okay? So I'm gonna do 2 strips of it. So there's 1, and there's 2, okay? So this is where it gets challenging because double-sided tape is a pain to work with. So let me peel off the backing of one of them. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so I got the backing, the double-sided tape is on that side. So you've got your little triangle here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the tape right to the side of it, okay? And then don't forget it's double-sided, so there's other tape, another protector on here that we're gonna have to peel off. Then I'm gonna take the second piece of tape, and peel that off. Sticks to you. Let's see. Actually, I don't think that's a very good one. So let me do another one here. All right. And let me get that going. All right. So the double-sided is on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sensor again. If you look, there's a triangle. Whoops. The triangle is right at the bottom. I'm going to put this piece right here. Okay, again, making sure that I do not touch either the circle or that little triangle thing there. Now, if you notice you have some of it maybe hanging off, it's important that you trim that off. And the reason why is if you put it hanging on there, it may stick to the launching sensor, and we don't want to do that, or the launching unit, you don't want to do that. So right now, we're pretty much done with the fashion tape, or you know, the double-sided tape, okay? So here comes the important part, and I want everybody to notice this. If you remember, I talked about how you had that deep groove, and then you have the 3 dots right here. It's important that when you put this back in here, you line those 3 dots up with that groove. And I just kind of use my tweezers to get it there, and then when I'm done, I snap it into place, and you'll hear it click. And just make sure that it's snapped into place all around, okay? So this is done. When I'm done, what I do is I'll take the double-sided tape and I'll work that out, try to get it off. This is a little bit of a challenge too, because you don't want to pop it out. So there we go. Okay, so I'll take that off. Well, it looks like I got the tape on that one, so let me stick it in just a little bit harder. See if I can get it in there. Yeah. Normally it doesn't give me this much grief, but of course, you know, it's because I'm on a video, it's going to do that. So this one's going to peel off very easily, if you can see. Okay. So I don't know if you can see it, but the tape is in there. I'll have to work on this one. Let me make sure I can get it. There we go. Okay, so now I have the double-sided tape on there. When that's done, and you make sure that everything is lined up correctly, as I mentioned, you can snap it then into the needle. I'm not going to go that far in this video. I really just want to show you how to do that. But normally what you do is you would snap it like you normally do. And then what I do is I use skin tack on where I'm going to place the sensor. Open it up. I like to use a plastic glove with this, because if you don't, yeah, your fingers get really sticky. So I use a plastic glove. I put it where it should be, wait a couple of minutes. Then what I do is I push the sensor into my arm and make sure that it's really in there, kind of push down on it lightly. And then when it's all done, I take one of my, these are called Fixic, see? I take one of these patches and I put it on top of it. And then I use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to remove any of the leftover skin tack that's on my skin. These will stay on your skin for 14 days. I've never had any problem. I've done this now for 4 sensors, and I have never had a problem even bumping into doors with it coming off. So this is a great way to get rid of the adhesive and still enjoy the benefits of your system. So hopefully this helps for all of our English viewers, and you can get to doing this. Thanks again for watching. Hope you guys that found this informative and helpful. Thanks.